Oh, apparently we're live.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Not too good on us, I'm afraid. I was going to tap the screen then to see.
It looks a bit grey and is the microphone on? Hi guys, can you hear us?
Let's have a look. Let's mute. There we go. Okay, we looks like we're okay.
Okay.
Look. Oh, that's better. Look at that. Look at that.
Hi guys.
How's everyone today? A bit of a change of scenery today, as you can see. Yeah, we are having fun. Yeah.
Can you all see us? Can you all hear us?
Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us.
How are we sounding?
Anyone see Antiques Roadshow this week? Find.
Oh, we love watching the Antiques Roadshow.
We do. I must admit.
We have a little bet, don't we?
Absolutely.
Hello. Yes. Hearing good. Brilliant.
Good. Yep. Apologies.
Oh, cool.
Apologies. We are just on the laptop today. No high tech. No nothing, I'm afraid.
Sounding snuffled. Sorry, Janet. We're trying to put you a bit closer.
I don't know where the microphone is on this thing.
Just get closer to it generally.
Just get a bit closer like this. There we go. Okay, so how's everyone? So Susan HP was talking about a guy called Drew. Is that Drew Pritchard, the salvage hunter? Because I don't know of many workshops in South Wales, or it wouldn't be New South Wales, would it?
Possibly.
Don't know. You like the shirt?
Dylan's loving your shirt.
It's
just likes to draw attention to himself.
It's called Corky from the Metalsmith Society on Instagram. We keep going in and out, okay? So apologies. You know, you don't necessarily want to see us. You want to see the lovely view that we've got going on in the background, not necessarily us. North Wales, okay.
Oh, we'll have to look that up.
I don't know many North Wales. I know there's Aardvark on the
Ryan,
borders.
you can have one. You can have one.
You can't have. I don't do these. I don't.
No, but
these.
Yeah, but Ryan can still have one.
Oh, Ryan. Yeah, Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan. Yes. Go on to the Metalsmith Society on Instagram, and I'm not quite sure whether they still do this one. They change in different seasons. So yeah, go on Metalsmith Society Instagram. Check out their shop. The lady's name is Corky. That's her name, Corky. Yeah.
Sounds like a Welsh name.
Corky.
Corky.
So let's have a look on the chat. What have we got going on at the moment? Dylan's talking about his cabin machines gone a bit haywire. Victoria, you've got some gold. I need a drink a minute. It's a plastic cup, this now.
I know, sorry.
Plastic, and it's Thatcher's as opposed to a rattler.
So where are we? No, it's nice. It's lovely here. We're here at the. Hang on. What's this place? The Key Inn.
The Key Inn in Falmouth.
Yes.
We were in that pub about 10 minutes ago.
They've got Rattler on tap, Cornish Rattler, but there's not a very good signal. But the Rattler was lovely.
So we come to a place where there's better signal.
See the sacrifices we make for you guys.
We were on the beach this morning, but we weren't really too sure on how it was going to be on the beach.
We collected some sea glass.
Yes.
Which we forgot to bring to show you. We collected quite a lot.
Look, be honest, Louise, I forgot to bring.
You forgot to bring. But there was quite a lot because Falmouth Beach, there's Gilling Vase? I'm probably saying it wrong, Gilling Vase. And there's another beach a bit further up, Swamppool, which we've yet to visit. But we found quite a lot. You were quite good at finding it, and it's your first time sea glass hunting. I've done it for a long time.
Yes.
But you did really well.
So yeah, we were picking up bits and pieces off the beach. We got the tiniest little bits of sea glass.
You've got some quite good sized sea glass. You've got sort of, and they're nice oval shapes and round shapes. So they were really. It is addictive, definitely. Because when you start, you find a few pieces and you're so encouraged. And you were really good. You just.
I love it.
You kept finding pockets of it.
Like that. Have a look.
You were finding really good bits.
Like that. And then suddenly there'd be one sticking out.
Because we got really interested. We were looking into all of this last night, and I didn't realise this, but there was a law introduced in the UK in 1949, which is a long time ago. 1949, and it's the Coastal Protection Law, and it basically prohibits you from taking, or not you, but one from removing anything natural from the beach. So if you went to remove like pebbles or sand, legally you're not supposed to be, and it's punishable by up to £1,000 fine.
Yep.
And we've all had a.
We've all taken a pebble or two.
We've got a rude shaped,
a really rude shape. You can't say
pebble.
what it looks like.
We shouldn't admit to this because we just admitting to breaking it up. We've got a really rude shaped pebble, and it's on our kitchen window.
I know it's the cleaner's actually laid it down now. So
I know, yeah, and I keep putting it back up the rude way just to annoy her. But yeah, we've all done it. Most of us have. But from now on, since I know that the removal of pebbles and sand, I don't know anybody who's removed sand from the beach.
No.
Is
against the law.
Eroding the coastline.
Yes.
So yeah, and there was a guy who lived in the Midlands a few years back who actually got ordered to take a load of pebbles back to a Cornish beach that he'd removed from the beach. Otherwise, he was going to be fined £1,000. The DVLA caught up with him.
How much is that? That is mad.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just something to be mindful of, I suppose, when you because shells you're generally okay with them as long as you're not upsetting any animals or wildlife in the shells.
And as long as there's no wildlife in it, you can take it. So you are allowed to take glass.
Sea glass you can take as much. Builders used to take sand for building. Oh wow, did they?
Yes, there was. They're called like raiders, and they do come down with bulldozers and take bulldozers full of sand and sell it to builders.
Because I know. I was reading about a couple in Sardinia, and they got 6 years in prison for taking it, but they took a silly amount of sand off the beach. But it is a real problem because you kind of look at the beach and you think, well, there's a lot of sand, but apparently there's not as much as there really needs to be. Yeah.
I think I understand how they know exactly how much sand there should be.
Well, because the coastline is eroding, which is a big problem, isn't it?
Yes.
So yeah, you can take as much sea glass as you like because that is actually. It's not a natural product, is it? I suppose it's debris, which shouldn't actually be there, but is a lovely byproduct of Mother Nature recycling things for us. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're fine with that. You find. I think shells
are okay, and bits of wood.
You just got to be mindful about what you're taking, how much you're taking, and
absolutely.
Just thinking about the ecosystems on the beach, really. 3 days here, and I'm just so like, yeah. But no, it is a real problem, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. Jet, I would have thought jet is going to be not a part of a beach, so I would have thought jet you could take.
I really don't know. It's just something to be mindful of, isn't it? I suppose.
And I think some of the beaches here down in Cornwall have got signs up saying you cannot take anything from the beach full stop.
Well, the one we were on this morning didn't.
It didn't. We did check, yeah.
So, but yeah.
Plenty of old cola bottles and blue flint glass. Yeah, we found a variety of colours. We found obviously plenty of green, plenty of white.
Green is the most common.
There was some orange we had and some brown. Wasn't there?
Red is apparently. We found a little bit of sea pottery as well, which
that looked good.
Which was cool.
So what are we going to do with all these bits and pieces?
Absolutely no idea. That's up to you. That's your department. I just do the glenking.
Have to do some just simple sea glass rings, something like that.
Yeah, you could bezel set because Kate Seco and Ruby's did a gorgeous pendant, didn't she? On her live stream. So yeah, something like that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so this is Falmouth.
Part of Falmouth.
So we've had a little bit of a walk around, haven't we? We found
this is not the best part of Falmouth, though, is it? But this was the best part of Falmouth because it's got good Wi-Fi.
We found a nice
got some beer.
Workshop, haven't we? We found up off the high street.
Yes.
And it's called the
Pickle Peg.
The Pickle Peg, yeah, the Pickle Peg. So if you're interested in a hands-on class or a workshop or like a lesson in person, they actually do that. So if you're here on holiday or if you live nearby, you can combine a trip with some actual in-person classes and teaching. So I think we'll try and get up there tomorrow to have a little look. And
they were close today.
Yeah, but she was open yesterday.
Yes, she was.
So yeah, perhaps we'll go and have a look because it looks really good, and it's lovely to know that there's enough people interested in making jewellery
face to face.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So that's really good.
Yeah.
Whitby morning. Yeah, Whitby, the jet from Whitby. Yep. It's compressed coal, got some from Lake Miller, cut some into it. Smells of burnt wood. Cool.
Mm.
Victoria says she'll teach me how to do sea glass. Thank you.
Oh, cool.
Sea glass pendants, rings. Ryan, graver versus pneumatic graver for beginners. I suppose. Sorry, I'm just digressing. I've just entered the chat.
That's okay.
Is that all right? Graver. I think push gravers is going to be the way to start off with. It's going to be the cheapest way to start off with, because all you need to do is buy the handle and buy the graver. The pneumatics are going to cost you £800,000-900,000 for a pneumatic machine, and you may not like it or you may not get on with it. But by pushing by hands, you can still use the same sharpening principles of the gravers and so forth, and you still need that same control. The pneumatic just makes life a little bit easier. So start off by hand, definitely. Susan saying, drill the glass, bracelet material called pirate glass in the islands. Oh, nice.
Mm.
Did you find some nice piece of sea glass, Romy? Yes, we did. We found
and
assorted sizes. I was supposed to bring them, but I took them out of my bag, so I'm afraid we haven't got them with us. But perhaps we'll put a little post up.
Yeah, we'll put a post.
Post it in the Instagram post or Facebook post, and we'll just show you what we've got.
We've got a good range of shapes and sizes, haven't we? And colours, actually.
Yeah, good range of colours. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a seagull.
Got something in his. He's come off that way with some chips.
Never mind. It must feel by there, wouldn't it? There we go. That's better, isn't it? But the thing is, I gotta hold this up this high though.
Okay.
Can I get my bag? Let me bring my bag. Steady. There he goes. He's off.
Yeah, it's really strange, isn't it? Because I spent ages and couldn't find anything, and then you hit a little pocket and
you do.
And found a lot of
You tend to come along and then just find a little bit, don't you? But
you were very good at it. But you're quite observant.
I got the eyes for it.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
There
very good. Very good. Kristen, is it possible to flush set a small 2mm rose cut diamond?
Yes, it is. Should be nice and straightforward. Yeah, just drill the hole. Ball burr it to about 1.5 mil, and then get a straight. I haven't got my whiteboard, I'm afraid, unfortunately. I can't demonstrate. And then Jason the Seagull, yeah, most probably. That's a good idea.
Running around with chips in his mouth, yeah.
And then perhaps a straight-sided setting burr then for about a 2 mil or 1.8, 1.9. Oh, gold. Victoria, did you miss my gold solder question at the beginning? Sorry, Victoria, let's have a look.
Can you repost it? Or if you control an F, we can just look for Victoria. Can we?
We're on top chat now.
Oh, it's one of these silly Apple devices, isn't it?
Excuse me?
Victoria, I'm so sorry. Can you repost your question for us and we can answer it for you?
Just finished 3.
Yeah, we did miss it. I'm sorry.
Just the past week for a friend. I have loads of problems, but learned a ton. Eventually turned out beautiful.
Oh, fab.
Lovely.
Sandra, put a photo in the forum for us.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'd love to see.
Jason the Seagull, yeah. I need to get some food. So where was your question, Victoria? I know you said you bought some gold.
What's desert glass?
So is desert glass different?
I think Dylan, yeah, Dylan mentioned desert glass. Is that kind of tumbled and sandblasted in the same sort of way?
You've chosen the right week to have a break.
Definitely.
Yes, we have, Fiona. It's really nice, isn't it? Monday, it's the best day today. I think another day tomorrow.
Tomorrow's going to be nice, and then it's going to rain Wednesday.
Typical.
Apparently. Did you get it wrong, didn't they?
Yes, I have a lovely book somewhere in the house called Pebbles on the Beach. When you can pick up some lovely stones on the beach, Isle of Wight is a good place for chameleons. Nice.
Because I've ordered a book, and it's one that was initially published in the 1950s. No, it's got diagrams of rocks and pebbles, which obviously we know now. Was it the 50s or was it the 40s? I don't know when the preservation law came in, but yeah, it's that's on its way.
Right, Victoria, I have some gold solder that is really thin, 0.3 mil. Can I use that the same? So yes, you can. You can use the same flux as well. You can use borax or whatever you use, or flux, whatever you want to use. But yeah, it doesn't matter about the thickness of the solder. Sometimes the thinner the solder, the better, because you can cut then the right size shape, and then you won't have too much solder when you come to solder. You won't have as it's just so thin. Yeah, why not? It's exactly the same. It doesn't matter what thickness it is, because usually what I do, if I get usually when I get some solder from wherever I get it, I will either hammer it or I'll roll it really, really thin. So then I can be sure that when I cut a piece, like a small piece or a big piece, I know it's not going to be too much. So it should be fine. I've lost an earring. Yeah.
I'm not doing my job, am I? I should be reading the questions.
No. I lost an earring. I want a
silence while we just read them in our heads.
It was. Smell that. Oh, food.
Pepper sauce. It smells good.
Nice. It's nice. Made from silver buttons. Sweep into the mat. How can I mimic those? Delft clay cast. That's how I would do that. Obviously, without seeing them, Sandra, hard to say, but definitely curry. Not curry. But Delft clay cast, I think, would be the way to go.
Moldavite.
Yeah, so that'd be the only type of way I would do it. Don't try and do cuttlefish. There's too much texture in cuttlefish. But Delft clay casting, sand casting would be the way to do that. I would have thought, yes. Desert glass, from my understanding, is from Meteorfall. Wow.
Wow.
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Susan saying Moldavite. Isn't there a world shortage of Moldavite? I read somewhere that yeah, it's gone up in price because there's a shortage of it.
Good grief. Thought desert glass was created by lightning. Trinitite, but it's radioactive.
So wow.
How does it become radioactive?
No, I'm going to have to research this, I think. I've been hearing that it's being more requested for jewellery. Moldavite. Well, yeah, it's kind of, perhaps the demand's gone up because if it's rare as you know.
It could be. Yeah, it's quiet. It's not so bad now.
The kids are all back in school now here in the UK. So from the bomb. So yeah, it's been busy. It was busier here today than I think it was yesterday and Saturday. Certainly on the beach.
Yeah, the beach today was crazy.
I don't know why all these children aren't in school.
They should be in school. But where we are now is nice and quiet. This is just a small section of where we are. You can just see. There we go. Whatever. Yeah, I'm just about to see. But that's part of Falmouth dock behind. There was a huge cruise liner in yesterday. Silver Spirit.
Silver Spirit, yeah.
And that was in yesterday.
Oh, David, thank you so much. Oh, that's really kind. Thank you.
Cheers. So let's have a few more questions from you guys, then, shall we? Nuclear blast at Trinity. Wow, Trinitite.
Are you going to share our news?
Show a t-shirt, Andrew. Yeah, sorry. If this is, I'm not quite sure. To me, it's backwards on here, but it's. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's it, Janet. That's the book I've ordered. Clarence Ellis. Yeah, that's the one I've ordered, and it's got diagrams in it, hasn't it? Not photos. Yeah.
Yes,
it's supposed to be very good.
This is how sad you are.
I'm not sad.
You are. We went to a bookshop, and Louise found a book on gemstones, so we bought that.
It was very good.
It is very good. And you're on Amazon this morning, and you found that book on Amazon.
It just suggested it to me based on my.
You've got
the book was good. It was I forget the name of the book, but it was by Judith Crow. Yeah, and it had the most fabulous photographs in there. Yeah, so I bought it.
Yep, and then you're on Amazon this morning, and you were flicking through. You said, "What's the address of this place?"
Facebook told me to buy it, so I did. I had to.
So you're having a book delivered to us on holiday. Oh, come on.
It's no good to me next week when I'm at home and I'm not near the beach, is it? Read it now.
It is Romy. Yes, it is from Cork. I've had it for about a year and a half now. Yeah. Good. I'm glad.
Jana had that one when I was a teenager, but the one had coloured.
This is diagram.
I think the one I've ordered has got the diagrams.
Should be interesting when it turns out. It's coming tomorrow.
It's quite charming, isn't it?
So very charming.
No, it's nice to have. It's obviously good enough in the 50s, wasn't it? So I'm sure it'll be good enough now.
The same pebbles on the beach now as what they were.
Well, exactly. It's nothing different.
Back in the 50s, 60, 70 years ago. Yes. Yes. So this is from Corky on Metalsmith Society on Instagram. Yes. She's got a few bits and pieces on there. This one got a grey one as well. The grey one's pretty good.
Oh, Penny's grandchildren have got back to school until Thursday. So
Right. So damn, we should have realised that next week.
It's just such a miserable.
Instead of this week, we go suffer the children on the beach again.
Horrible. You're so miserable.
Oh dear me. Yeah. But thank you, David, for that $20. It's very kind of you.
What's the news?
Oh, we get the news.
The news.
So
this is super exciting.
So we've been going through the feedback that everybody sent through from the form we gave you all for At the Bench. I'll stop my news. That's really boring. We go.
It's really exciting news.
Victoria, recycle sheet. You bashed it by hand, developed the bubble, I heated it. It's caused obviously through air pockets, most probably when you poured it out. So that is the reason why, because then when you roll it and you heat it up, the air inside will expand and cause the bubbles to sort of come up on the surface. There's not much you can do with it, to be honest. You're going to have to melt it down and then re-pour it. But don't have too much oxygen when you melt it down. If you're using something like a civet torch or a butane torch, that's fine. If you're using something where you've got oxygen and gas, don't have too much oxygen. Just have it enough so there's not too much oxygen coming through the torch, because if there is, silver will absorb the oxygen in the metal itself and it could cause pockets. Yeah.
Claire is saying there's a great gin shop on the high street. We did
there
vlog
is
the gin shop. We haven't been in there yet.
We're going to leave that till halfway through the week, I think. Otherwise, if we start a bit too early, it may be detrimental to our holidays.
Yeah, we have seen it. We're going to definitely go there. So back to the news. Yeah, we've been going through the.
It's a butane propane mix. Sorry, please.
That's okay. The pickle pot is run by a lovely doll. Yes, Jill, because I did look them up on Facebook, and I noticed that it's Doll who runs it. So yeah, we're going to try and pop in and say hi.
Pop in tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, over the next day or two, because she was closed today.
Yes, but, and we were too early on Sunday.
So have you been there, Jill?
Pickle Peg.
The pickle. Yeah, that's
Pickle
it.
Peg,
Peg, yeah.
Yeah, Kilgrew Street, Falmouth. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good. Because we've walked past it twice, have we? And unfortunately, we've just not caught her when she's been open. She's lovely. Oh, great. Okay, no more questions till we get the news. Right, the news. So a couple of months ago, you probably remember we sent a questionnaire out to everybody, basically asking all your members, what can we do to make At the Bench better? How can we improve it? What do you want to see? What do you like? What you don't like? All of that sort of thing. So everybody came up with brilliant suggestions and lovely support, which was great. And one of the things that you guys said was that you wanted a members Q&A.
Members only Q&A.
So we've been having a little think about that, and what we've come up with is
once a month. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to do a monthly workshop. So that's included in the At the Bench membership. That's not to say that if you're not a member, you can't dip into it. So if you're not a member, but it's a topic that you're particularly interested in, you can buy a ticket to attend the workshop. But if you're a member, then you get them all for free. Yeah,
and it's obviously online as opposed to in person. So we would have 3 question and answers. We're still going to do it every month. We're still going to have the question and answers every week.
Yeah, we'll keep doing this every week. Yeah.
And then once a month we will have At the Bench workshop.
It's going to be more of a formal thing. I think it has to be more of a formal.
It is.
This is what we're doing, and it's going to be kind of structured, and less of us just chatting and mucking around.
There will be no chat. It would be serious business. It would be serious business.
Yeah, so it's going to be more kind of outcomes focused, and this is what we're learning today.
Yeah, and it'd be more topic based as well.
Yes, so it's going to be like 2.5, 3 hours of workshop and learning without me mucking about or anything.
Or chatting or whatever.
Yeah, no chats. Chat a bit, but yeah.
And it'll be available it'll be free to members of At the Bench. It's going to be via a ticket. So we'll be sending out links to everybody. At the Bench will have At the Bench members will have a discount code sent to them. They can enter that into the checkout, which will make the workshop free to them. But it's also be a workshop that will be charging for people to come on as well. So obviously, people who aren't members of At the Bench will pay. If you are members of At the Bench, you input your code, you get it for free.
So you can still attend if you're not a member. It just means that it's chargeable, because it's not like the Q&As. It is just focused learning, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's what we thought.
And the films will be available on At the Bench for paid members. And obviously it's going to be via Zoom. So we can still have the chat, and you can still chat when Louise lets everybody on. And the best thing about it is that if you're a member of At the Bench, you can ask questions after the broadcast. Perhaps we could have comments perhaps underneath the film as well. I just thought of that there.
Yeah, we can figure.
But you can also send in your questions via the ticket system as well. But obviously, if you're not a paid member and you've paid for the workshop, it's only whilst it's live.
Yeah.
So that's what we've got planned. We've been working on this. We've been working on the ticket system to enable people to pay and also have it for free. That was what we wanted to do.
That's what we've been doing last night. He's been sending me voucher codes to get on a live stream workshop with him and just me watching it.
that was last night. That's like we're on holiday, but we're still
doing that.
But that will be available via Eventbrite. The charge for non-members is only going to be so cheap. Because we want it accessible for everybody. But At the Bench paid members will have it all for free once a month, 2 and 3 hour workshops. But what we do want to do is to ask you guys, if you're members of At the Bench, we're going to have a trial run, aren't we, in a week or so's time.
You can't just have a normal holiday. No, we can't just have a normal holiday. Yeah, so you guys need to have a little bit of a think now and let us know what you want the first workshop to be.
Yeah. So over the next week or so, we're going to be putting out an email to all the members of At the Bench with a link and a coupon code that you can jump on one of our not trial, a dry run, so to speak.
Yeah.
To make sure everything works, and then we will be asking you then for your suggestions on what we can do for our workshop. And it's going to be based upon what you want to see, not what we want to show you. So that's the best thing about it. If you want to learn how to do a specific topic, that is what we will cover to 2 to 3 hours. And it won't be chopping and changing. It'll be that for that length of time.
Yeah. Okay, Claire, I'm away until the 20th. No problem. Email me or Facebook me. Like, I think we've been talking of me on via the shop page. But yeah, louise@andrewberry.co.uk, and just let me know.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we're super excited about this, aren't we? But this, I just want to stress, that is as well as the Monday night weekly Q&As. It's not instead of. It's just something extra that we want to do for members and for, I don't know, anybody who's just interested in what that monthly topic is.
Yes, really. Exactly. And I expect it'll be on a Thursday night for us, between perhaps 5 o'clock onwards.
Once a month.
Once a month.
Well, that's the other thing. I think we need to find out where you, well, it depends on where you are in the world, but what time is going to be best for the majority of people, isn't it? That's important as well, because I mean, if it's in the middle of the night, well then so be it. We'll just have to do it in the middle of the night, because there's no point doing a live broadcast when everybody's in bed, is there? For the majority of the people. But yeah,
this is true.
Yeah, we'll come up with some sort of common, ground, won't we? So that's something else we need to factor in. And we do our little bit of research on it.
So that's what we've been sorting out. It's really, really exciting. Yeah, we're always trying to think of new ideas of what we can do to better the value of At the Bench as well. We've got other things. We got the tech team trying to sort out the classification of every single video that we've got into beginners, intermediates, and advanced as well. So that's something that we're seriously looking at.
That's good. So Steve's looking at that, isn't he? At the moment, it's just basically there's just such a massive library, isn't it?
It is
now on At the Bench.
And we'll be relying upon you guys as well to vote. When you watch the films on At the Bench, you can vote whether it's a beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So that would be great because we'll have interaction.
Everybody, won't it? Yeah. So they'll be classified, won't they?
Yes. So then you can go for beginners films, intermediate films, and then advanced films as well. Something that we should have done right from the start, but all these things just get.
But I suppose when you started it 10 years ago, you didn't think there'd be.
No, I never thought. Never thought for 1 minute we had thousands of members and thousands of films. Absolutely, yeah.
Will he be showing these sessions on At the Bench?
Yes, they will be.
Yeah, they'll be available to
paid
members and to members. To people who bought tickets to the workshop. Will they be available after? There's a couple of things we need to snag out, isn't there?
Yes, I think we can make.
But if you're a paid member, you can watch it any time, and you've got access to the ticket system and the projects tab to get help and advice on it afterwards as well.
Exactly. Yeah, but they will be available for all paid members on At the Bench. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Lynn, we're in Falmouth.
Lovely. Falmouth at the moment.
Rumi is saying I will have to get a new computer. I can't use them. Oh no.
Oh, that's interesting. Interesting for security reasons. Wow. Okay, have to look into that.
Yeah.
But the evolution of At the Bench. Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of other things that we've got that we're going to be putting into place as well. We're going to try to incorporate a shop within At the Bench as well. Even though you can buy sort of like the white nylon bristle brushes, titanium strips and so forth on another website, we're going to try and incorporate that into At the Bench as well. So that's something that's going to be coming up. We may be able to use credits for that, but we're still looking into that as well. Could we submit photos of others' work and ask how it's done? Yes, you can. You are, as in.
Do you need to credit the person whose work it is then?
So Susan, when you say can we submit photos of others' work and ask how it's done? Yes, this is something that we're getting an awful lot of interest. There's quite a few coming up over the next few weeks of sort of how it's made, where you send us pictures of particular rings or jewelry and so forth, and you say, well, how is it made? What technique have we used? How do you get that finish? And that sort of thing. So we've had some pictures of bezel settings recently, so we're going to go through bezel settings. So please do send us the photographs, and we will certainly go through that. Yes.
Oh, Susan's saying landed here as a happy accident after watching how to prep a crucible as a newbie. I love your video.
Thank you, Susan. Really do appreciate it. I think how to prep a crucible was done years ago via Periscope. So I apologize. Periscope, yeah. But I apologise for the vertical aspect of that. Yes.
Great. Yeah, so...
Jill uses Zoom on the phone. It's a bit bonkers, but it works good. So I think we'll be doing that, and it'll be... So we still really have to look into this a little bit more detail, but we're trying
a little bit of snagging. That's all we've got left to do, and we're hoping to start it in
end of this month,
3 weeks. Yeah, so that's about right, isn't it? Yeah,
absolutely. We'll be visiting Kurnow Craft. We did approach Hannah in Kurnow Craft. We said we were like 20 miles away, but they said with all the holidays that the staff are having at the moment, the business, the shop, whatever you want to call it, is a little bit quiet because of the lack of staff. So it wouldn't be a great time to go over and see them because they wouldn't be there. And there's quite a few people still working from home. So perhaps next time.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Romy, it makes it sound like it's top secret. I can use Cisco. Good excuse to get a little iPad. You can pick them up so cheap these days.
Yeah, definitely. Okie dokie.
So that's our little bit of news.
Yes, it's well, I'm talking about it a lot of being and talking about developing it. So yeah, that's really exciting.
Absolutely. Dylan's got a huge flatware set, very cheap, nice silver, I assume, Dylan. What else we got going on? Have you used nickel silver much? Is it hard to roll in the mill whilst I'm making money clips? Can't do a piece of glass. Dylan, I haven't used nickel silver since I was in uni. It's obviously not silver. There's no silver in it at all. It's basically nickel. You can roll it. I think you can still knead it exactly the same as you can silver. But I haven't used it for a long time. New forum software a while ago. Is that something you're still looking into? We were looking into new forum software, but we managed to sort that out. So we didn't have to restructure all the forum. We've added the new software to the forum, yes, and it's working. It's working nice. It's working nice. We've kept everybody's posts, everybody's topics. So yeah, we did that sort of in the back end, but we don't have to have any new software now when it comes to the forum. It's all working tickety-boo. Is there a tip? Is there a tip for minimizing the amount of silver dust ahead of the saw blade? Hard to see my line is entirely blown by this way. I don't think there is, Sandra. You could perhaps put some masking tape over the metal and then put the line, or have like a sticker and put your design on the sticker and then put that up onto the silver to protect it and then pierce it. But there's still going to be all the lemel there. If you use wax, what you will find, especially if you're using wax on silver to lubricate the blade, as you're sawing, the heat of the silver will melt the wax, and as the lemel comes down, it sticks to the molten wax, and it's very hard to blow it away. So if you put a sticker, like a label, self-adhesive label with a design on it, something like that, the wax that you put on the blade won't melt on the sticker, and you should be able to blow it off quite easily. What are you looking forward to on this vacation? We were going to say no work, but it has, but it hasn't happened, is it?
I enjoy work, and I think that's important, isn't it? And it shows that we've done a little bit of work.
It does, but
it doesn't feel like work when you're enjoying it.
No,
does it?
Exactly. It's nice talking about work in a lovely location like we're in today. We've been down the beach, been looking for bits and pieces. Perhaps we've been looking for the seed glass. Then we can go home and start doing some little rings and so forth. Okay, so does the new Durston torch have the same size nozzle as the ones on the bench? Yes, they have, but I'll come to something in a minute. I'd be interested to know if there's a handheld torch that has a finer thing. Now, Romy, there are two torches available. There's a normal torch and there's a cyclone torch. I was chatting with Lee last week, and he was saying the cyclone torch, the flame comes out, apparently, haven't got it yet, should be arriving this week. And it spins, the flame spins. So in one respect, if the flame is here and you've got an item by here, the flame comes in and it'll go around object. So it should heat all the way around the object. It'll hug whatever it is you're pointing the torch to. Whereas nowadays, with a normal flame, if you have something here and the flame comes in this direction, over here doesn't get heated because it's not in contact with the flame. But the cyclone, the flame will spin around it, and it will cover the whole piece. So I'm excited to try that, but that should be arriving this week. But they don't do a finer one. Will someone shut that seagull up? It's up there. Let's see up there. So no, they only do that one size. Victoria, I think you need a new torch. Those torches are pretty good. I have been trying them out. But yeah, I have to try that torch. That's what Lee says. Whether that's right, I don't know, but we're going to try it when we get back.
Okay.
Ines, hello. How are you? Don't melt down and make sheets. I don't think you can melt nickel silver down very well, to be honest. Oh, there you go. I have a cyclone nozzle for your sieve at Power Jet. Quite a big flame. Yeah, I think with the Durston torches, they're pretty much the same sort of size. So you should be able to work with that quite nicely. Thank you, Ines. It's very kind.
Thank you.
It's very kind. It's getting quite busy here now, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Everyone's turning up now.
A squeaky swing.
A squeaky swing. No, it's that guy up there.
A young seagull.
Round. Where's he to? It's him up there.
Hang on. Going that way.
Hang on, I got to take a call a minute. Hang on. Talk to Louise a minute. So go on.
Okay. Okay. Lorraine, I saw you're going to be doing a video on Mackie Supply disc cutter. I have two and have been challenged with them. I can't wait for yours. Yeah, we approached Mackie Designs about a month or so ago because we're bringing out a Welsh range of jewellery. So we wanted just kind of heart-shaped discs to put near the bolt or the jump, just where it fastens up. With the logo on, so that's what we wanted it for. But yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. It looks good. We haven't tried it out just yet, have we? The Mackie punch.
No, we haven't yet.
Yeah.
We haven't tried it out. We bought the heart-shaped punch because we're gonna try and make some bits and pieces for the new Welsh range. We've done that. So that's the idea with that. We did actually. I do tell like we did try the very small. And the next size up, like the 4 or 5 mil heart punches. They did come out nicely.
They were good. They were sharp.
Yep. So we're gonna have a proper play with it when we get home. They also sent us some other bits and pieces as well. They sent us some textures.
So funny, that texture plate.
You can tell them.
You and Lee, you were looking at it for ages, and there was something. They were like, "What does it say? It says something about a uterus," and they were looking at it for ages. And I looked at it and I was like, they're all Friends quotes.
Yeah.
And it's a texture plate and it's got the Friends logo, but because it's all backwards, that bit couldn't figure it out.
We couldn't work it out, no.
It was really funny.
It's got the Friends logo,
it's
isn't
got
it?
the Friends logo and it had quotes, wasn't it? And it was funny because then Dakota came in the next day, looked at it, knew straight away what it was.
She just saw the font, didn't she? She went, "Oh, that's Friends."
So yeah, we're looking forward to trying that out as well. That'd be good. Yeah. Lorraine, I have the flower and get a lot of birds. Yeah.
Sorry, I just have to do one thing a second. One more.
Okay.
This is June.
Okay. How to fold a copper. Okay, we'll come back to that. Rosing, if there are any eavesdroppers, they're in for a treat.
There's quite a few people. I don't think they had a faint idea what we're talking about, to be honest.
Boring everybody, yeah. Are the distant pliers you posted something new, or are they making what's the best thing about them?
They are new. They're not cheap. They're sort of about £30 a ply, which I think is actually quite expensive.
But I was on one of the forums this morning, or was it yesterday morning, and somebody bought them and she was absolutely raving about them. And I can't remember which forum it was.
Yeah, I must admit. But they are.
She was thrilled to bits with them anyway.
She was. My only concern is that they are a lap joint. So it's one on top of the other. And in the past, lap joints, because they're held together with a screw, I have a feeling that the lap joints may come loose and they're not that safe and secure. In my experience,
I do. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think a box joint pliers is far better, in my opinion.
Oh, I'm saying the same thing. Don't have a box joint.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the problem, and unfortunately, Matthew didn't talk this through with me, and I did say about them. He's going to look into it. But I've got these pliers. I haven't had a chance to use them yet. but I will be definitely be trying these out, and I could well be pleasantly surprised, I reckon. So just have to time will tell. It's like everything else. We just got so much new equipment recently with the Methy supplies. We've got what do we have? Punches, we had texture plates, we had impression dies.
It's like Christmas morning for
It
you
was,
and all
yeah,
that. You
it
and
was-
Lee had literally just cleaned the workshop. And the next thing, this box was open. There was blooming polystyrene everywhere, bits of paper, bits of cardboard.
It was a
you were like
mess.
two little boys on Christmas morning.
The next level, oh my god, there's more boxes. There's more boxes and more boxes.
Yeah, great fun. Susan's asking, how are you notching ear posts?
Now, I was told off with some guy on YouTube. I was just trying to work on things really quickly and easily, and I was simply get round nose pliers and just pushing and crimping the ends of the posts with the round nose pliers to get that sort of look. I was sort of not, but indirectly told off for that, because that isn't the correct way of doing it. I should have got a file and filed the groove all the way around. It's horses for courses. Some people like it doing that way. Some people just want a quick way of doing it. Some people want to stand there, sit there with a file and file a groove. He's a noisy chap, isn't he? There's one. Look at this, here he is. Yeah.
It was funny today on the beach. We watched
quiet.
a really cheeky one run off with somebody's towels, didn't we? And their bag.
That was the best thing about it. That was. So, how would I do it? I would. Mrs. Lloyd.
My God, she's followed us here, Mrs. Lloyd.
Yeah. So I don't know. Whatever you want to do it, I would to make it really, really easy. Get round those pliers and put that in, and as you turn it, you can crimp it and make a groove all the way around. Whichever way you want to do it, it really doesn't matter too much. Putting it in the Fordham and cutting with a graver. Yeah, nice idea. You could also use a graver, or perhaps use a triangular or square file to do that. Absolutely, but perhaps put the post on the bench peg to support it, so it spins, and then put on the top. That might be a good idea. Stanley saying, greetings to you both. Andrew, can you do a video on silver balls? Yes, I can. There was something on one of the Facebook groups today about this woman's balls are all pitted because she's not using flux. You've had two of them now, so you're getting giggly. So her balls were all pitted, because she didn't use flux. And there are lots of ways to get nice pivoty round balls. And don't forget, guys, the bigger your balls, the flatter your bottoms. I didn't bring my t-shirt. On holiday.
Very loud now.
Dan is saying, which you prefer, fine silver bezel bar sterling? I've only ever used sterling silver. I've never had any need to use fine silver. I find that sterling silver for me will bend nice and easily, no worries at all with that. But I will be trying some fine silver bezels, because we've been on the beach picking up some beach glass, and that's something that I want to be putting together over the next few months. Some beach glass stacker rings, do a few films for at the bench, and I will be using some fine silver for that. Absolutely.
So in terms of setting a piece of sea glass, I'm sorry to bust in with the questions, but you're not in any danger of fracturing the glass, or are you?
Shouldn't be, because all nice and smooth all the way around.
I mean, I know it's just something you've picked up off the beach, but then if you find a really nice piece that you would be disappointed.
It is a one-off.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
You've made the bezel specifically to fit that specific
So you've
piece.
got that far with the work, haven't you?
Yes.
And then if you go and
Mess it up
fracture the glass, but it's going to be fairly durable then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because there's no sharp edges to it. It's just a matter of just burnishing the edges over the rounded edge of the bezel. But as Anthony was saying, the thicker the bezel wire, the harder it is for sterling silver to move. So using fine
The more
silver,
force you're going to have to apply then.
yeah, fine silver will move a lot easier than sterling. So that's why I'm going to be using some fine silver on the bezels for the seed glass. Absolutely.
Okay, Claire is asking, can you do a video on how to set a stone in granulation without a bezel? I've seen a ring with granulation and the stone was only set with 2 balls, small balls too.
Small balls, yes.
Yeah, brilliant. Claire, can you either message me, because we're out and about, or email me, louise@antibo.co.uk, and I will add to the film wish list, definitely.
Yeah, there's a few people on Instagram that are doing things like barnacles with small balls holding stones in place. So yeah, send me some pictures of the sort of thing you want. I'm quite happily put that on the list to do. Exactly.
Thank you. Yeah, brilliant.
Mark saying, hi, I'm using thermal gel for the first time to repair a 16 gauge sterling silver shank that's fit to the previous joint. Delicate 6mm glued on pill and marcasite ring. Right. So all these stones are not sympathetic when it comes to heat. The glued on pill, I would take it off if possible. Warm up the metal slightly so it warms. The glue should become slightly soft and you should be able to twist the pearl off. And then definitely use the thermal gel for the marker seats. But make sure you use plenty of thermal gel and make sure that the heat you're using is hot. You need to get in there fast, get the job done and get out. Mark used a laser. If only we all had access to a laser. Yes.
Okay. Well, that's what we were going to bring. We were going to try and find a piece of kettlefish.
We were, yes. Yeah. But the B2B one didn't have it, did it?
No, couldn't find it.
No.
I was going to go to Wilco and buy one and show them. See, look what we found on the beach. Like what you can do with this.
Lorraine's saying there was an opinion that flux is not necessary. There was an opinion. Someone said you don't have to have it, but it doesn't matter if you do use it. I always think if you're melting down silver, it's easier for you to use flux on it. Flux helps the metal myself, helps it melt down and break down the surface tension as well. I find that if you put flux on the bit of silver that you're melting down, you will get a better shaped ball, better, not shaped, but a smoother, better surface ball if you use flux than if you don't.
Do you do lapidary work too? Polishing wheels? No, we don't.
Not in your country. In this country, we would use someone like Gemcraft, Manchester Minerals, because they have a lot of lapidary work, but I don't know anywhere to do with polishing those, unfortunately.
But people say that there are lap groups all over the country, and I've yet to find one. I was looking on Philly, I'd like to join when they're supposed to be brilliant places, aren't they?
Yes, yes, but I haven't seen anyone.
There's nothing local to us that I know of.
Not at all.
Victoria's got loads of kettlefish from Ramsgate.
Yeah, we went somewhere when we got a lot of kettlefish.
It was Oxford Bakers. We found loads of sea potatoes.
Yes.
Didn't we? And kettlefish and a lot of driftwood. Yeah.
So I like to buy mine off eBay from the suppliers on there. Cleaner.
A pet shop.
But our pet shop's gone now. I always used to go over to our pet shop and source the best pieces. If it's good enough
because birds like to do they trim their beak on it, or is it something to do with the minerals?
They do with their beak as well, don't they?
Yeah, I think I'm sure they keep their beaks nice and sharp.
Yeah.
On cuttlefish. So if it's good enough for to feed your veggie, it's going to be good enough to cast in, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You'd hope.
Yes. Look into that. Kingsley North. David gets his lap tools. Absolutely. Do you ever change the oxygen pressure for your regulator for little torch? I'm looking at buying an SLT, but I have 2 graphic. To be honest, I don't change any pressures or anything on the torches for the Smith's little torch. I don't change the tips. I just simply have a number 6. that burger.
It's nice, isn't it? It's surf and turf, I think.
That
isn't it?
looks nice, doesn't it?
That looks
I'll buy them in a minute. Yeah, so I use like a number 6 Smith Little Torch nozzle. I don't change it. I have no need to change it at all. So I just keep the pressure exactly the same. So I don't change it at all. I just feel it's a lot of hassle changing tips, changing pressures when it's not necessarily the size of the flame. Yeah, so I'm starving.
Liquid group in Bristol. Oh wow, cool. Okay.
Okay, we'll have to look into that, won't we?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I don't bother changing the tip. It's just.
Sorry, go on.
It's just the way you use it.
I just remembered something. We have to say hi to Tony.
Tony,
who stopped us yesterday. Yeah.
That was weird, wasn't it?
It felt like a celebrity yesterday.
We don't know if Tony's on. Tony from Falmouth. We were walking through the town yesterday, and this guy stopped us and went, I watch
loads of your films.
watch you on YouTube. I watch you on YouTube. I watched both of you. In fact, he recognised you first.
That's twice that.
That's twice. So he recognised, and we had a chat. So if Tony's watching, thank you for stopping us. It's been lovely meeting you. Lovely to meet you. Okay. Back to it.
I digress. Sorry.
I've been using soft stones for the last soft drums. Okay. Andrew, string and beads, woven string or tiger tail. I don't know what woven string would be, but we've used tiger tail in the past. So yes, I would definitely go with tiger tail. I think tiger tail is quite a rigid wire. So when you do string them, it's going to hold its shape as opposed to sort of dropping down.
Jill, I'll send you the details. Oh, brilliant.
Thanks,
Thank
Jill.
you.
Thank you for that.
That's great.
Because we did have, we've got a slabbing machine that we had from Mark's workshop that we haven't even tried, haven't turned on yet.
No.
So that's something that we could play around with, couldn't it? And do some slabs.
Yep.
We got some of those stones picked up off the beach, didn't we, that one time? That we shouldn't have done. That we could cut. Couldn't we?
Cool. With
the quartz in it, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't pick them up, did we? We left them there.
We brought them home.
That's before we knew the law.
That's before the law.
I'm going to go and put it back tomorrow anyway. So it's before we knew the law.
I need a primer on the various bits from form. I need a primer. Sandra, what do you mean I need a primer on the various bits for the Fordham? Sandra, just message us. Let us know what you want to do, and we can certainly suggest.
Louise at andrewberry.co.uk. Don't email him; he never replies.
just
Certainly not on holiday.
email Louise, and we will tell you what bits you need for a specific.
Overview of the bits.
Okay. Send us a picture. Send Louise a picture.
Louise at andrewberry.co.uk.
And we will certainly take a look. If it's the kit that comes with the Fordham, no problem at all. We can certainly go through that. Pearl silk, yes. You can use pearl silk, no problem at all.
That's something I'm interested in getting into, is stringing.
Yes, you want to get into that as well as everything else that you want to do.
Yeah. I'm late to the party. I've got so much to learn. This is the problem.
You've got so much to learn, but
so much to learn.
You want to do it all in a week.
No, I don't. I know it's going to take time.
Absolutely.
Got lots of catching up to do.
String and beads, woven. Oh, you've done that bit. Soft flex is awesome. Kevlar bead string. Wow, haven't seen that. That would be interesting. I can look at this. She's got a good match, isn't she?
Yeah.
Ines, GRS.
He's got rules marinara.
Okay, GRS small size with inserts, no instruction on the inserts. Anybody see? Ines, again, if you want to send Louise a picture of the set that you've got, happily tell you what they all do, by all means. Any top tips on fusing 22 karat gold ring? Just make sure that your joints are nice and close, because don't forget, if it's molten, the molten metal won't jump a gap. So your surfaces have got to be completely parallel and touching all the way across. As it's 22, I'd add a little bit of flux to it as well, just to enable it to know what the problem is. No worries. The flux will help it fuse together. And as soon as you see the metal flash stop, that's all you need to do.
It's
30 degrees.
Dry comb will then bring back some serpentine for polishing. Well, I was looking this morning because apparently people have found agate on
Really?
Cornish beaches, yeah, and serpentine.
Oh wow, serpentine. It's a
the bits I've seen have been kind of like a greeny jadey colour. I might be wrong. I don't know, but I think you can get it in red. I think.
Okay. Have a look.
Yeah, but I know people have found agate.
Wow.
We
Okay.
weren't lucky enough to find any.
I don't know. We found some bits and pieces.
We found sea glass.
And some other bits and pieces. Yeah. Martin's saying, if I have recall correctly, Joyce have a lot of videos about their products on YouTube. Yes, they do. They do have a very good YouTube channel. So perhaps that might be your first protocol. But you're more than welcome to send us a picture, and we will certainly have a look for you.
Yes, yeah, yellows, reds, and green. Yeah, I know I've seen green. I know it can come in red. Don't know about yellow though. Does it look a bit like jade? Janet, I think it does, doesn't it? But more uniformly coloured, I think.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I have to look into this
Very
book when
cool.
it comes tomorrow.
My book that you laughed at.
Right.
Who's laughing now, Janet?
I wonder what you were doing. Saying, where are we? What's the postcode?
What's the postcode?
What's the postcode?
Read a book.
What do you do? Need in the book. Okay, any more questions? What have we got? Making the most of your flex shaft by Karen Christians. Next door and get some rattler. Much better. Thank you. Couldn't find anything on the insert. It's the little set on the black, sort of with the holes in. A lot of the pegs are just to go into the top of the vise, just if you've got unusual shaped pieces, square pieces, round pieces, that sort of thing. And there's also other shapes. But yeah, please just let us have a picture of what you want to know, and we'll certainly come back to you with it.
Romy is saying, is it Mackie Supplies you were talking about earlier? Yes,
it is. Yes. We bought the heart-shaped disc punch from them because we couldn't find really one from anywhere else. We've had a couple of little punches of a few small hearts. They worked well, but they also sent us a load of other supplies that we're going to have a look through when we get back.
Very good.
Yes,
it's very good.
Absolutely. Okay. Any other questions? Thank you, Romy. Yeah, please do.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you, Romy. Great.
How's our battery looking? Oh, looking all right.
Yeah, we're doing okay. Yeah.
Doing all right. And the connection's been pretty
David's
good.
saying, as part of the new at the bench Q&A, it would be great if members could send in pieces and we could critique them like on All That Glitters.
Yeah, we could have perhaps one every quarter.
Well, we were thinking about having. I know next week I've got some lovely photographs from somebody which we're going to show some of the members' work. We're going to do that on the live, but yeah, we can certainly look into that, can't we?
Yes. It is really hard because it's not like a photograph or a painting where it's very two-dimensional. Because jewelry is very three-dimensional, it's going to be really hard to sort of critique a piece. But if we can have photographs of sort of the front, the side, the back, and so forth, we can certainly have a look, because what may be not apparent from the front may be apparent from the back.
But then I think it has to be positive, constructive, policed critique, isn't it? This is the difficulty. See, I suck the fun out of everything, don't I? Sorry.
I know, yeah. I don't upset anybody.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah. Chicken. I've got a chicken.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be something that we could do. Yes, absolutely, we could do that.
Oh,
Not a
people
problem.
like that idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose if you're going to send something in and you want critique, then yeah, as long as it's going to, it has to be fair though.
It has to be
How do you make sure it's fair?
What, as in what way?
I don't know.
Constructive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Had an idea a while ago about an all-glitters type of task/contest for the people at home to do during a possible next live stream. Ooh. A make-along.
A make-along.
Yeah, I love
this
it.
is the thing, because I'm going to be. Can I announce this about the metalsmiths in Georgia?
I guess so. I don't think there was. I don't think. I think it's on the
cards.
On the cards, isn't it? It's a done deal. Yeah.
So I've been invited as a guest on. Is it Metalsmiths?
The Metalsmiths of Georgia. Oh, let me get the correct.
So I was approached by.
Let me get the correct.
Okay.
Let me get the correct.
We'll come to that in a minute.
Right. This is the Metal Arts Guild of Georgia.
It's the Metal Arts Guild. That's the one.
Metal Arts Guild of Georgia. Yeah, the MAG.
Yes. Joan approached me from the Metal Arts Guild of Georgia. If I would be a guest, expert, lecturer.
You're doing a lecture and a workshop.
Thank you.
Basically,
yeah. I'm doing a lecture and a workshop
in the new year.
In the new year, end of February, and we could do something very similar to that. The lecture is going to be just like a few hours talking about how we have changed direction during COVID. And the workshop is going to be over 1 or 2 days.
Yeah. Sorry, I saw somebody. Georgia State or Georgia Country and Georgia Atlanta. So is that state?
Georgia,
Atlanta, USA. Yes. So we don't actually get to go to Georgia, unfortunately. That would be great, wouldn't it?
It would have been lovely, wouldn't it?
So it's all done remotely. So you're going to be doing a lecture.
Yes.
Initially.
Yes.
And that's going to be based around adaptation and
during COVID.
Yeah.
And
so
how
it's going
COVID has changed, helped us in one respect.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily that. I suppose it's what you take from the curveballs that are thrown at you in life generally, and what you do about it. So yeah, that's the lecture, and then you get to do a workshop as well after that. Sounds like the US, Georgia. Yes,
it is.
I think it is. Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be really good. So we'll share that. Something shareable. Yeah, but in the meantime,
the interview is towards the end of February next year.
Yeah, it's the MAGG. Hang on, let me try and get what did we say? The Metal Arts Guild of Georgia, MAGG. They're on Facebook, they're on Insta, and we spoke to Joan 2 weeks ago.
Saturday last week.
And what a lovely lady. She was just so awesome, because they're going back into lockdown, aren't they?
Yeah, she was really
part
upset
of America. And she seemed quite emotional, but she just said there are so many people who. It really resonated with us, didn't it? There are so many people there who just feel isolated, who feel really alone.
Yes.
And just, they have a brilliant logo. Yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah. It's really cool. And I think she just really wanted to spread positivity, didn't she? And just, and I just said that really is what At the Bench is all about.
What we do.
We've got the most awesome community who support us and each other. And it's all reciprocated, isn't it? That's what it's all about. So,
that's going to be done via Zoom again. But yes, something to do, going back to the All the Glitters idea, we could run that over a weekend as well via Zoom.
Yeah.
With a Eventbrite that we're working with as well for that. So yes, that's something that we could do over a period of a weekend. Sort of give you all a shopping list, really basic, like almost like Ready Steady Cook, isn't it? And what we did with one of the Edinburgh workshops many years ago. Okay, we should get rid of this guy. We should remove.
Let's put them in the time map
I
first.
just
I don't know.
I just
I don't
remove
know.
all.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
I
bit of
don't
him.
know what that even says. Hang on, remove.
Yes.
I put him
remove.
in hide user on this channel. There we are, gone. I don't know what it says.
No idea.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's something that we could do, like a ready, steady cook, where you have a list of ingredients, list of. I got something in my mind that I'm formulating, but I won't let on what that's all about.
I'm guessing Dylan could read that.
Dylan, could you read that?
No, could you read that?
Don't even go over there. Yeah. So yeah, like a make along. You have a shopping list, basic shopping list. I don't think we need to tell you what you need to make, but you have a set time to make it, and perhaps we can sort of go through it on what I'm doing over a period of time, then stop, and so forth. Really, okay. But yeah, that's something that we can work on. We're going to have a meal now, and we're going to talk about nothing but work now. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's something that we could do again. Absolutely. Yes.
Oh, you both are gracious in sharing your vacation with us. Oh, yeah, but we have to bring you along, don't we?
Yeah, don't take our journeys. Absolutely. And we also want to do workshop visits as well.
Yeah,
that's something that we really want to do, workshop visits. So if you're in the UK, we would love to come along to your workshop to see how your workshop is set up, what you do, how you work. We would love to see that. Happy to give you any help and so forth along the way, providing perhaps we can do a film at the bench on your setup for everyone to see. That would be absolutely amazing. And then perhaps when we're in America, perhaps next year, we've got plans to go to America next year to do Vegas. Anybody in Vegas who wants to invite us to their workshop and so forth, that would be really cool.
Yeah. Great.
Michaela says, new section, all the frothers, where Andrew gives tips on how to do stuff quicker rather than better than the correct way to do things. Dylan, you're an hour from Vegas. Well, that would be cool.
Well, that's hopefully a plan for next year, isn't it?
Yes, during JCK. When's that? End of May, June time.
You could pop to mine in Bristol, but I would need 3 weeks to clean up.
No, you don't.
You wouldn't.
No.
Because if you came to us, you take one look around and you just go, oh my God.
You don't need to clear up. This is what you don't need to do, because the whole idea is to see your workshop as it is now.
Because Nikki came to visit us, didn't she? And she's not too far from us. And she came along and she came into the shop and she was like, "Oh, it's lovely." And we were like, we'll show you the workshop, show you upstairs, we'll show you the studio. Oh my God, don't stand there, don't lean on that, don't do that, don't
mind the leaves,
don't trip over that.
Mind those tools in the corner, mind that there. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's all the same. I think ours is probably worse.
So what's Mario saying? Hello, Mario from Indonesia. You have suggestions for your videos how to calculate your end product width, length, depth in gram. As the seagulls point out. You finish. Yeah, okay. If you have a finished piece and you want to work out the weight of it, I'm not quite sure what you mean. Mario, give me some more information, or
email me, Louise at andrewberry.co.uk.
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll have a look at that for you.
My dog's just under my bench and doesn't move. Oh, bless.
Oh, that's nice.
No worry, Mario.
Your English is very good, Mario.
Yeah, just email Louise at
drop me a line.
andrewberry.co.uk and we'll certainly have a look for you. Absolutely.
Yeah, it sounds like everybody's workshop is exactly the same.
Yeah,
ours is possibly a lot worse.
But then that's what it should be. It should be a working workshop. It's not on show.
We were talking about this the other day, because since I've been doing a bit of polishing and starting a little bit of, I don't know,
what?
Bits and pieces at the bench.
Bits and pieces at the bench.
And I had to go with the Archimedes drill. You were like, you're doing this at the bench. But you can't keep everything perfect, can you?
No,
because
it's work in progress. The whole bench is the way you work. You may have tools where you need them most, not put away.
Yeah.
A mess shop, absolutely. I think everybody's bench is a mess, isn't it? But it's an organised, logical mess for you.
Yeah. Mm.
Definitely.
Do you know what's really strange is that I'm Mrs. Tidy.
Yes.
And I bench hop. So when Lee's not there, I tend to do a bit of polishing. That's all I do at the moment, is just kind of cutting off sprues and polishing.
Yeah.
And I work at Lee's bench. And when Lee's super tidy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's really organised, really tidy. When Jason's not there on a Thursday, I work at his bench, which is an absolute pigsty, isn't it? It's disgusting.
It is worse than mine.
I'm super tidy, but I feel more at home at Jason's bench. And I don't know whether it's because I'm not frightened of ruining anything.
I think it's that, because Lee's bench is quite new, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think it's just, I'm a mistidy. Yeah. I think it's just the fact that I can really just, I suppose it's like when you're a kid and you're splashing in puddles and making mud pies and you feel super creative. I don't know. I had a beer. But yeah, it's that sort of feeling, isn't it? And I'm not afraid to gouge this or saw that or burn this. It's all buggered anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. But you do, Jason's tray is an absolute tip, and mine is sometimes, and it is annoying when you drop like a 2 millstone, 1 millstone, or you try to find something and just cannot find it. So it always pays to have your tray nice and tidy. But the bench top can be completely messy.
Yeah.
That's true, Dylan. Yes, sometimes it is easier just to stop for 10 minutes and put everything back and then start again.
If you're going to do a photo for Insta, yeah.
Absolutely.
Cluttered desk is a sign of a cluttered mind. Of what then is an empty desk a sign?
That's very true. Right.
Okay.
Should we have some food now?
I think we're going to have to.
We're going to have some food, and we're going to talk about lots of things now. We're on with marketing, driving sales. I want to make things and find. This is the problem. Is it Rosie Z?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is really difficult. The problem is you have to be a jack of all trades when it comes to jewelry making, because you've got to be great at your photography, you've got to be great at Insta, great at Facebook. It is hard work, isn't it? Absolutely. It would be great if we could do like a series on Insta, promotions, Facebook.
I think Instagram's hard. I think it's harder than Facebook.
Yes, I think it is. It is. Okay, sorry. Let's go back here. Mario, I mean, if you want to make an 8 size ring, aim for 3 grams, how would you measure what allied depth of it? Okay, so Mario, what I would do is perhaps pop onto a precious metals website. In here in the UK, we use someone like cooksandgold.com, and you can use their metals to get what you're aiming at. So for argument's sake, if you know what length metal you want, you can go along, find the width metal that you want, put in the length, and it will give you the weight in grams. If that's too much or too little, you can add an extra, add an extra 1/10 of a mil to the thickness, and you can do that way. So personally, I wouldn't try and worry about calculations. Use somebody else's website. Like I said, cooksandgold.com. In this country, you can put down whatever size metal. It'll tell you the weight of what it is. So that would be the best way of working out what piece of metal you need for a specific size.
Claire is saying, I love Insta. I put a few tips on our forum. Yeah, thank you for doing that. Yeah, it's brilliant. And I still haven't tried reels.
No, I haven't tried reels either.
Claire, yeah, I think it's knowing how to manipulate the forum that you're using, isn't it? Definitely, because Claire put some tips on the forum, and you do a lot of reels, which are brilliant.
Yes.
Claire, Bijou Jewelry Designs, you were on Insta. Yeah, so Claire uses reels really, really effectively. Yeah.
You have to look into it, aren't we?
I think we do, yeah, definitely.
Yes. We've never used reels.
Really one reel, yeah. So Claire's saying one reel is better than 10 posts. So Claire gets a lot of engagement
okay.
Using reels.
No, look into that.
And you're brilliant at them, Claire. She's really, really good.
Okay, we'll look into that. Absolutely.
Cool.
It does take valuable time. Now, okay, so Rosie, what you're saying ties in with going so fast now. Ties in with pricing with Cedar Tree. This is the thing. So we're going to be working on something to do with pricing jewelry, but that'll also integrate with the pricing of jewelry in relation to the amount of work that you do on the bench and the amount of work you do off the bench. So that's something that we're going to be definitely working on, is how to price up your jewelry. Because at the end of the day, you're not working 6-7 hours on making jewelry, because you've got to do all the admin and the socials and everything else. So that is something that we are definitely going to be working on. Stanley, yes, we are going to be doing a video on making balls in gold and silver. We will be doing one on YouTube. There's also quite a few on At the Bench already. But if you're not a member of At the Bench, Stanley, we will be doing one on YouTube over the next couple of weeks. Definitely. I get thousands of views on Reels, less than 50 on posts or stories. This is okay. So this is the problem, Donnie. People will see a video as soon as they come onto the post. You will have a view recorded because they've seen the video. People will still see your posts, but they have to like the post for it to register. So you say that you may be getting thousands of views on Reels. You could be getting thousands of views on your posts, but only 50 or so people like it. So I have found that, because we put up some videos on Insta, and you get 1,200, 1,500, 2,000 views, and the post may only get 50, as Dana says.
Yeah, I get disheartened because I get lack of engagement on posts on Facebook.
But the posts
then people
can
come
still be
into the
viewed.
shop and say, I've seen this, and as long as they're buying, this is where it gets really difficult to quantify your efforts.
Yes.
Because people don't necessarily physically engage with that post.
Yes.
In Insights, you can see reach, though, yeah.
It does, yes.
So they might not physically engage with that post. There might not be any evidence of them engaging with the post, apart from the reach. But then they come in and they tell you that they've seen it.
Because this is quite interesting.
And that's why they're making a purchase.
Yes. I put a post on this morning regarding the Meckie supplies, yeah? So that I've just looked at.
Dana's saying reach is enormous on Reels compared to posts.
Yeah. So we've got 225 people have liked that particular picture, 11 comments, and I think 7 have saved this.
Oh, so they're saying Reels goes to people who aren't linked to you. It's a way of people to find out
know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. So even though we've only got 225 likes, 4,090 people have seen it. So that's quite interesting, isn't it?
I think it's just one of those things you've just got to dive into, isn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's like you might not necessarily want to do it the first time, but then after a couple of weeks, it probably just becomes something that you do. It becomes part of your day, isn't it? It's like, I was really nervous when we first started doing these lives back in, when was it?
March 2020, wasn't it?
It was right at the start of the pandemic, and I was just really nervous and hated the sound of my own voice, and really just didn't enjoy it, did I? It was just. But now I love it.
But now, when you see the people out there with the nice, amazing community that we've got, it is absolutely brilliant.
Exactly. No, I absolutely love it now. But it was just the fear of the unknown. But yeah, if you just kind of jump into it, then you.
Absolutely. Totally,
then
yeah.
you love it, yeah.
It is, yeah.
So,
yes.
Romy, you can remember, yeah. And everyone used to say, she talks too fast. And I used to watch them back as well. It's watching them back and thinking, I do speak really quickly and I sound really Welsh. Not everyone can understand me, so I've made a conscious effort to slow myself down. And you watch, so you watch, when you watch it back, you do kind of appraise yourself, don't you?
You do.
And
yes.
I used to fidget and do this, and it's just like
touch your face and do this.
I used to touch my face, nervous, but I'm relaxed now, so it's not the same as being in the studio. So yeah.
Just notice a non-looker trying. Yes, there you go. I think
I sound Bristolian. I don't mind sounding Welsh. I just don't want to talk too fast.
I think it's time for some food, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, What do you think? We've
Yeah,
been
I
on
think so.
for hour and 25. So everyone's getting lots of food going on.
Yep.
The
Louise
server.
gets some food.
Yeah, I wonder what she's doing. Here she comes again.
Shut off our Wi-Fi now, won't she?
You are all a lovely, lovely bunch. We have an amazing community here on a Monday.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Right, don't forget, give this film a like, give this film a thumbs up. And I'm not sure what else to say.
Feed the birds. No, never feed
the seagulls. No.
Michael, if you ever come to the UK, don't feed the seagulls. You just something that's not done.
Absolutely. Yes, the monthly Q&As. The monthlies are going to be more workshop based as opposed to just general Q&As. So they're going to be workshops. If you've been watching from the beginning, Trevor, you'll know exactly what we're doing, but we will be talking about it on social very shortly. We haven't been pooped on because we're under an umbrella. We're not stupid. We're not stupid. Yeah, we've got a few more days in this lovely sunshine, and we'll be back in the we'll be back in the workshops next week. We'll be back for Monday, won't we?
Yes.
Next Monday, we're back in the workshop for a regular Q&A session. So thank you all very much. We will enjoy our holidays, getting a nice bit of a tan in the sunshine. Oh, the colour on you, boy. Thank you, everyone, for coming on today, and thank you for sharing our little break with us. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what else to say. Really, show you're more than welcome. Modern tool techniques, really, to that. Yes.
Oh, thank you, Kenneth.
You're more than welcome, Kenneth. We will enjoy our holidays. Yes, we will see you all next Monday.
Oh, thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
Excellent.
And another pint, Louise?
I think so. I think I'll have a rattler this time.
We'll have to move over to the next.
Go to the rattler
move over
bar,
there to the rattler. Yeah, plenty of space over there. Right, everyone, take care. We will see you all next Monday. As Jules says, hit the like button if you like this. Just get in contact with us. Do it from.
We'll have to put the ferry out.
The ferry.
Yeah.
Perhaps we'll do a live from the ferry later on in the week. Thank you, Jill. Thank you very much indeed. We will see you all next week, Monday at 4 p.m. for our regular Q&A in the studio.
Nice.
You're more than welcome. Thank you all very much for coming on today. And sorry it hasn't been our usual. It's nice, isn't it? What do you fancy? The burgers look really good, don't they?
Good.
All right, take care, everyone. We will see you all next Monday for our regular Q&A. Just keep an eye out on socials for all the exciting things that are going to be happening on At the Bench. And we will see you all very, very soon. Say goodbye, Louise.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. We will see you very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.